Welcome to the Roman Arena Podcast, created by the students of Roman Catholic High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Here, we discuss various issues and events, plus interview those of influence. It's all from the perspective of the Roman students. Now, sit back and enjoy the Roman Arena Podcast.
And we're back. Hello, Mr. McNesby. And we're back with another episode of the Roman Arena Podcast. I'm your host, Cole Sonlin.
And I'm your other host, Nick Migatz.
And today, we are joined by a very special guest, Coach Mr. McNesby. How are you?
Hey, good. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing good, sir. Doing good.
It's great to have you on the show today.
I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Congratulations, sir, on your big win. Only in your second year as a basketball coach of Roman Catholic. How does it feel for you?
It feels great. For me, I've being able to win before, fortunately, this time, and it just feels so good for the kids, especially the seniors. Xavier Brown, 4-year player, great student, great ambassador of the program. So for him to get that moment, satisfying for me to have him be at the top, for that.
Yes, sir. Understandable about the seniors and how that you were able to bring them so far, especially to the championship game against Neumann. You graduated in '95, correct?
Yes.
We just did a podcast not too long ago, maybe about a month ago, when your team played against Lansdale in their senior night. And during halftime, we were fortunate enough to interview your former teammate, Mark Jackson. What was it like compared to playing with him then on that team and winning a championship to coaching both of his sons, Sammy and Sharif, and winning a championship with them?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's one of those things, like life has a funny way of like things working out, and things come full circle. I mean, Mark, playing with him, never dreamed that I would be coaching his kids. So he's a great friend, great teammate. Obviously had a successful, career in college and the NBA. So never really knew where things would wind up for him. So for him to be back in Philadelphia and his love for Roman, sending both of his boys to Roman to want to experience what he had experienced is pretty special. And to coach both of them, I see a lot of similarities in them, as I knew of Mark, and see them mature and grow and being able to be a part of their lives is really a lot of fun for me. They're just two tremendous young men who are growing and developing really well.
No, I definitely agree with that, Coach. And to bring the comparison together and being fortunate enough to play with that team and win the championship and to end up coaching his son, which you definitely didn't know that at the time. And now being fortunate enough to actually pull through on Sammy's freshman year and Sharif's sophomore year, it's great coaching job. Congratulations again. And
thank you.
It's a great idea bringing them both in. I just had to ask, Coach, what was your ideal vision for the team coming into the season?
Any year you want to try to reach your full potential as a coach. You want to bring the best out of all the boys, and not just individually, but have them. And the fun for me as a coach is really trying to bring them together as a team. That's the joy for coaching for me. It's really molding a team. Getting everyone to think more about the team than themselves individually, and seeing their relationships bond and guys develop through the experiences through the year. And then it's not every year that you get to have success like this, winning a championship. So coaching is, there's ups and downs, and just overall the experiences that you have with the boys, coaching and having an impact on their lives is really important for me. And that's really why I do it. It's nice to win, and we're successful at Roman, but I think for me, just having an impact on these guys and seeing them grow and develop and be able to come back to Roman one day is really, what it's all about for me.
What was your vision going into this game against Neumann-Goretti?
I knew it was going to be a great game, and I obviously as a coach, you hope it's a great game. They're a great team, great program, great tradition. They've won a lot. They beat us earlier in the year, so I knew that our guys would be, up for the challenge because we lost to them earlier. So there's a little bit of that revenge factor, but figured it'd be tight and down at the Palestra, which is obviously a great environment. You never know what's going to happen down there, and nowhere in my wildest would I imagine that the way that ended that would have happened. A bank shot that sent it to overtime and winning in overtime, and they missed quite a few foul shots that helped us, and just still surreal, and it's tough to still believe it happened.
Coach, being as fortunate and lucky as the team was going into the last 6 seconds for the shot that Xavier took, was there any draw up on that play, or was it just what was like the vision to get? Was it to get him the ball?
Yeah, well, we always want the ball in his hand down the stretch. We actually do practice into the game situations and off of free throws, so we do practice that type of full court a transition. Not exactly the way it happened, but you hope that any preparation would have made him feel comfortable in that moment and confident to be able to do what he did. So I think the guys had a calmness about him, and it's just fortunate he made the shot.
Not for sure.
Watching the game from the student section, it was an amazing game, and my heart was pumping the whole time. How did you feel, and what were you feeling throughout the whole game?
Yeah, I think as a coach, as players, I think once the game gets going, you're pretty focused and locked into the game. So there's not a whole lot of nerves at that point. Down the last few seconds, the nerves pick up again. But for the most part, you're just coaching basketball, trying to put the kids in the right position. The game was great. Fun to be in that environment, coaching those boys. But for the game, you're just focused in and really locked into what you're doing, and the boys did a great job of that as well.
Coach, do you think there was a special moment towards maybe the end of the fourth, or maybe in the beginning of overtime, that you knew that your team was going to be able to pull out the win? Forcing the overtime was obviously huge. Obviously right before that, we were in doubt. We were looking like it was not going to go our way. So once we got to overtime, Jeremiah, when he hit that three in the corner, really felt good about things at that point. Typically teams that score first in overtime tend to have a little momentum. And I think after, what we accomplished in sending to overtime, then hitting the first basket and being a three, I think that really even lifted us even more. And I think, Neumann was set back a little bit. So, we carried it the rest of the way. So worked out. Last year, Coach, when you unfortunately had lost in the semis to Neumann and ended up fortunately beating Wood in the state championship, do you think that coming into this year that you really encourage your team to almost get back and to fully put everything in their mind to this game?
Yeah, I think as coaches, you always want to kind of have your team go as far as they can go. That makes a great season, just be able to kind of take your season as long as you can. But I think for this team, this was really player driven. I know even after we lost to Neumann last year, immediately after that game, might have been 11 o'clock at night, Xavier, texted me right away, and said, "Coach, we're going to be back next year, I promise you." Still have that text, and pretty cool that was his goal and that was his mindset, and he was driven. So as coaches, we can draw things up and prepare for practice and games, but at the end of the day, the players play and they do it. So and he that was all about him and his leadership.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Congratulations again, and good luck tomorrow night against Central.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. You guys are doing an awesome job, and really happy that you guys are doing this. And I heard that you guys are freshmen, so looking forward to having you guys do this more in the future.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
And that Roman audience was Coach Mr. McNesby, who coaches the varsity team for our Roman Catholic Cahillites. And as you just heard in the interview, our Roman Catholic Cahillites were just able to beat Neumann-Goretti in the PCL championship.
I scored 57-52 in overtime.
57-52. Going into this game, my expectations were high, as I thought it was going to be more high scoring. But, you know, at the
Great
end,
defense.
it was
Just as Sharif said last week, defense stepped up.
Yeah, defense definitely stepped up against Newman, and it showed with Xavier against Rob Wright the second, the second, and then it showed up with Sharif and Ant, and their ability to get open shots, get to the lane, and it definitely showed their offensive focus was like it was more controlled, and that's how they were able. And look, towards the end of the game, the score was 48-42. And
down by 6 with
we were down
18 seconds left.
18 seconds. We were down, and Xavier got it on the left side of the corner and shot the three and was able to be fouled. He was fouled on the shot, and
Made all 3 of his free throws.
Yeah,
and then made a buzzer beater 3.
And after
right at the
when he was able to he was fouled, and but he made all 3 free throws, and then Newman got the ball right back and was fouled by Roman, which was a good play.
Both their free throws.
And Rob Wright III missed both free throws, and then Roman took it down, missed with 6 seconds left. Xavier got the ball on the right side and missed, and actually, so missed the shot, and then Rob Wright got the board, fouled him. Rob got the ball, fouled him, brought that down to I think 3 or 4 seconds, and then Rob went to the line, missed both free throws.
And Sharif got the rebound.
Got it to Xavier Brown. Xavier Brown brought it down and shot one of the greatest shots I've ever seen in high school basketball, and here is the video for you all. The audio I just played for you was the shots that bring it to overtime, as I thought we had no hope. But here we are. Xavier Brown took it to overtime, and we were able to start it out with a shot. Jeremiah hit the 3, and from that, I knew we had control. And actually, just after our interview with Coach McNesby, we were joined by one of the managers of the basketball team, Med. Say what's up.
How you doing, guys?
How are you?
Med, he does the graphic design for Roman. He does it for a few other people, too. He does it for, like, people that commit. He does the graphic designs for Roman, and to me, he's the best graphic designer in PCL. I don't see anyone making better designs.
No competition.
Appreciate that.
You should go look him up. Made by Med with 3 Ds on Instagram. He's a part of Philly Hoop Group, over 600 followers, and he does the designs for Roman basketball and Roman football. And talking about how you came up as a graphic designer, like where'd you get the idea from?
Basically, like a year ago, just working with my dad, because he does graphic design too on the side. So working with my dad, seeing him do his graphic designs, it just gave me inspiration. And I started going on YouTube, looking up like different designs. I started off like just trying to copy other people's designs, see how to like go around the ropes on Photoshop. Then I just started, doing my thing. At first it wasn't the best, but then after a while, during the summertime, put more time into it, and it got better.
Yeah, man, they're really cool.
I appreciate them.
The designs.
I post them all the time.
Yeah, the designs. We repost them. The designs for Coach Preet's, the team for football, the design you did for the Super Bowl, all the basketball ones, like the time and effort I'm guessing you have to put into that is insane.
Yeah.
And the products, the products of the effort that come out of that are wild.
Amazing. The ones for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, the playoffs ones are really cool.
Amazing.
I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, and being able to post, like, get that work in and to get them out and to get them to the Roman community, not just us, to get them like around the world, around Instagram, getting them everywhere, and people appreciating hard work, and that's what you deserve.
Yeah, thank you. That's my ultimate goal. It's just to let other people, not just Roman, see it. It's just like I don't try to like bash the other team. Just try to support my guys. That's my main
course,
goal.
for sure. And as I said, when you work as hard as you do to get the designs together for, like, maybe if it's a specific player like Xavier and Jeremiah, Sharif, or if it's for a specific game that comes up, being able to put the effort in to get the work done and to get those out to people and for people to appreciate them. That's something special for sure.
Appreciate that.
And are you sophomore, junior?
Junior.
And so you've this year, the rest of this year, and then next year, you're gonna continue that.
Yeah, I'm
right?
gonna continue for sure. All the way next year, I'm gonna be with the team again. So yeah.
When you coming into this game, what were your thoughts coming into this game?
Coming into the game, for like the whole week we've been talking about it. Like, just the vibes with the team has just been different, and we just been like everyone's just been mentally locked in, and we just had high hopes of coming out and taking the win, becoming champions.
Is this your first year manager, or how many years you've been
First year
managing? Coming into the season, how does that go for you? Like, how do you become like manager of a team for people who want listening?
Basically, you just gotta show your interest in the team, and talk to like maybe Miss Renee or Mr. Rowan, and show your interest and how like you're willing to like put in the work and the effort in becoming a manager.
Okay.
And
Yeah. So coming into the season, was your expectation high?
My expectations were high. At first I didn't really see the team because we lost like Dan, Toby, so I really didn't see like any transfers until this year, like earlier in the season.
With Jeremiah and Eric.
Yeah, Jeremiah and Eric. And after seeing them in the first practice, I noticed like how like good as a team we were. After traveling into DC and Myrtle Beach, we seen the chemistry. The whole team got along easily. We played better as a team, and I was like, yeah, I can feel it this year.
You feel it this year? Not for sure.
What are your expectations for next year?
For next year,
as a team,
I feel like we got a solid. We got Robert Cottrell. He's coming back, pretty sure. We got a couple players. We got Sebastian. We got Bryce, Sammy, Justin.
Will.
We got a good squad coming off the bench this year. I feel like we'll make a solid squad next year. Maybe get a couple recruits in.
Yeah, hopefully for sure on that. That is as Nick, my co-host Nick said, the unfortunate part about but winning the PCL championship was one of the best. It's the best thing that you should want for every end of the year basketball. But for our seniors that are unfortunately leaving, but advancing their basketball careers in college with Ant, Xavier, Eric, and Jeremiah. But this year, this new group coming in next year, and that'll be here for this year and the year after. Hopefully they can pull through and help the team get to the spot it was this year.
Yeah, definitely.
When during the game, when you were watching the game, what did you think closer to the end?
So before overtime, when Rob Wright got the ball and he missed the first two free throws, when he got the ball back and X went to shoot the shot and he missed. At first, a lot of people were thinking like it was a bad shot because we had more time on the clock.
Yeah,
to
it
hold
was 6
the ball.
seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds left. But looking into it now, I feel like we had to get a shot up fast because I feel like I think him personally, he just wanted to get a shot up fast, not really knowing the time completely.
Yeah.
But my hopes kind of went down, but at the same time, I just felt like it just felt different for some reason. It just felt like we were still good.
There's still hope.
Still hope. And they get the ball back. He missed another 2 free throws. X come down the court, bank shot.
He called game.
The emotions was just crazy. I can't even remember some of the stuff that happened. It's just wow.
Yeah, it
was ecstatic in the student section.
Sitting up in the student
Everyone
section.
fell.
Yes.
Where I was sitting, we all fell back.
We all fell.
Just the energy from the game, the student section, everybody was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Especially with Eddie leading it at the front.
Yeah, Eddie.
Definitely.
Yeah, so, my man, congratulations. Keep the edits up.
Thank you.
It was great having you on the show. And this has been another episode of the Roman Arena podcast. I'm your host.
We have a game tomorrow.
Oh, excuse me.
Game at Judge tomorrow, 6 p.m. Tomorrow.
March 2nd,
2023. Against Central at Judge.
Father Judge High School at 6 p.m. Show out if you're a Cahillite fan. And come show your boys some support. This has been another episode of the Roman Arena podcast. I'm your host, Cole Sonlin.
I'm your host, Nick Migatz.
Have a good night.
You've been listening to the Roman Arena Podcast, produced by the students of Roman Catholic High School in Philadelphia, the oldest diocesan high school in the United States. Be sure to subscribe to get new, fresh episodes and follow on social media for more. Thanks for listening to this episode. We'll see you next time on the Roman Arena Podcast.